Welcome, history and mystery lovers. Today we're diving into the 5 creepiest events in history that will send shivers down your spine. Buckle up, because we're talking about events so strange, so unsettling, that they continue to baffle experts and fuel countless theories to this very day. From unexplained phenomena to eerie historical events, these stories are sure to captivate and haunt you. So dim the lights, grab your ghoul juice of choice, and prepare to delve into the unknown. Our first stop takes us back to 1518 in Strasbourg, France. Picture this: the sun is shining, birds are singing, and suddenly people just start dancing. And not for joy, mind you. We're talking manic, uncontrollable dancing that lasted for days, weeks, even months. This wasn't just a flash mob gone wrong, folks. This was the dancing plague. Hundreds of people, seemingly struck by an invisible force, danced themselves to exhaustion, some even to their deaths. Imagine the scene. Streets filled with people contorting, flailing, driven by something they couldn't control. Now you're probably thinking, Shane, was it aliens, demons maybe? And hey, I'm not ruling anything out. But back then, theories ranged from religious fervor to, and this is my personal favorite, hot blood. That's right, some folks thought the plague was caused by overheated bodily fluids. Doctors, desperate for a solution, actually encouraged more dancing, believing it would somehow sweat out the crazy. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. The plague eventually subsided as mysteriously as it began, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a whole lot of sore feet, I'd imagine. Next, we set sail on the high seas, where the vastness of the ocean holds secrets as deep as its depths. Our subject, the Mary Celeste, a ship as infamous as Blackbeard himself, but not for piracy, for its eerie abandonment. Imagine this: 1872, the Atlantic Ocean and the D.I. Gracia. A ship just going about its business stumbles upon the Mary Celeste adrift and completely empty. The crew vanished, gone without a trace. But here's the kicker: the ship was practically pristine, cargo intact, supplies stocked, even the captain's log neatly filled. It was as if the crew just stepped off the face of the earth. Theories ran wild, of course. Was it pirates, mutiny, giant squid? Okay, maybe not the last one, but you have to admit it's more fun than the mundane possibilities. Some whispered of supernatural forces, claiming the Mary Celeste fell victim to the wrath of the Bermuda Triangle, which, by the way, wasn't even a thing yet, but that's a story for another time. Whatever happened, the mystery of the Mary Celeste remains unsolved to this day. Did the crew stage an elaborate escape? Were they victims of some unknown maritime phenomenon? We may never know, but the image of that empty ship, sailing silently through the vast ocean, continues to haunt our imaginations. Chapter 3. The Tunguska Event, an explosion from the heavens. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to blast off into the Siberian wilderness for a tale that'll make your head spin. It's 1908, the early morning hours, and the sky above the Tunguska River in Siberia explodes. Now, I'm not talking about your average fireworks show explosion. I'm talking an explosion that flattens 80 million trees over 830 square miles. That's like the size of a small country just gone, kaput. Witnesses described a blinding light, a deafening roar, and a shockwave that knocked people off their feet hundreds of miles away. So what caused this cosmic outburst? Well, the leading theory, and the least exciting one if you ask me, is that a meteoroid, basically a space rock, exploded in the atmosphere. But here's where it gets weird. Despite the massive destruction, no crater was ever found. It's like the thing just vanished into thin air. Naturally, this lack of evidence has fueled some pretty wild theories over the years, from black holes to, you guessed it, aliens. Some even suggested it was Tesla messing around with his inventions, which, knowing Tesla, isn't entirely out of the realm of possibility. Chapter 4. The Salem Witch Trials, Fear and Fanaticism in the New World. Let's journey back to 1692, to the small, puritanical town of Salem, Massachusetts. A place where superstition reigned supreme and fear was a powerful weapon. This, my friends, is where the infamous Salem Witch Trials unfolded. A dark chapter in human history fueled by paranoia, religious extremism, and maybe, just maybe, a touch of the supernatural. It all began with a group of young girls who started experiencing strange fits and outbursts. Now, instead of blaming it on bad shellfish or, teenage angst, the adults in the room jumped straight to witchcraft. And thus began a witch hunt of epic proportions. Over the course of several months, over 200 people were accused of practicing witchcraft, their lives turned upside down based on flimsy evidence, spectral evidence as they called it, which basically meant whatever the accusers claimed they saw in dreams and visions. It was a classic case of, he said, she said, but with much higher stakes, life and death. 20 people lost their lives during the Salem Witch Trials, hanged for a crime that, let's be honest, probably didn't even happen. The trials serve as a chilling reminder of the dangers of mass hysteria and the importance of critical thinking. Because let's face it, folks, blaming everything on witches is just lazy. Chapter 5. The Dyatlov Pass. Incident: a mystery in the frozen wasteland. Our final destination takes us to the icy peaks of the Ural Mountains in Russia. It's 1959, the Cold War is in full swing, and a group of 9 experienced hikers vanish into thin air while on an expedition. This isn't just any group of campers, these are seasoned adventurers familiar with the terrain and equipped for the harsh conditions. Weeks later, their tent is found, ripped open from the inside, as if something forced its way out. Inside, their belongings are scattered, some of their shoes are missing, and the scene suggests a hasty and panicked escape. But escape from what? As the search party ventured further, they discovered the hikers' bodies scattered across the mountainside, some partially dressed, some with strange injuries like internal bleeding and fractured skulls. But here's the kicker: no external wounds. It's like they were struck by an invisible force. Theories abound, from avalanches to military experiments gone wrong, even encounters with something not of this world. Some whisper of the Yeti, the legendary creature said to roam the Himalayas, but hey, maybe he took a vacation to Russia, who knows? The mystery of the Dyatlov Pass incident remains unsolved, the official explanation citing a compelling natural force, which, let's be honest, is just a fancy way of saying we have no idea. The eerie circumstances, the unexplained injuries, and the chilling lack of a definitive answer continue to fuel speculation and make this one of history's most enduring mysteries. Outro: the unknowable lingers. Thanks for joining us on this eerie journey through history's creepiest events. From dancing plagues to vanishing ships, we've uncovered tales that continue to baffle and intrigue. These events remind us that the world is a strange and mysterious place, full of unanswered questions and unexplained phenomena. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling content. We're always on the hunt for the next big mystery, so stay tuned. Let us know in the comments which event you found the creepiest, and if there are any other mysterious events you'd like us to cover. Until next time, keep it spooky.